ندعو الآن كارولينا كارانزا، ممثل رئيس اللجنة التوجيهية الدولية للسنة الدولية للمصائد، لتتحدث لنا عن السنة الدولية للمصايد الحرفية والاستزراع المالي. Carolina, the floor is yours.
Assalamu alaikum. Good afternoon to everyone. I'm here to present the International Year of Artisanal Fisheries and Aquaculture 2022. Peru is honored to attend this invitation of Saudi Arabia to present to you the year in actually, Peru is chairing the International Steering Committee to celebrate the year, and because our country is convinced that this year promote the enhancement of the livelihoods of the fishers, fish markets, fish farmers and fish workers, in helping to eradicate poverty and ensuring food security for everyone in the context of sustainable development. Let me start with the background and objective of the IYAFA, that is the abbreviation for the year. The background objectives. In 2014, the Committee of Fisheries of FAO, COFI, endorsed the small-scale fisheries voluntary guidelines for food security and eradication of poverty in the context of sustainable development. In 2016, the group of Latin American and Caribbean countries proposes an international year on artisanal fisheries and aquaculture to the Committee of Fisheries and the FAO. Peru was the main driver of this initiative that was proposed in the Regional Conference for Latin America in 2016. And 2017, the United Nations General Assembly declares 2002 as the year of international of the IYAFA. And finally, we arrived to the 2022 this year, and we're celebrating. We already began the celebrations on November 19 of last year with the international launch of the IYAFAs, with co-hosting the event with the FAOs. Which are the objectives of IYAFA 2022? First, enhance global awareness, understanding, and actions to support the contribution and sustainable development of small-scale artisanal fisheries and aquaculture to food security and nutrition, poverty eradication, and use of natural resources. Also, it aims to promote dialogue and collaboration among small-scale artisanal fishers, fish farmers, fish workers, governments, and other partners to further and strengthen their capacity to enhance fisheries and aquaculture sustainability, social development, and well-being. What is the governance of IYAFA? Well, we have the IYAFA International Steering Committee that provides guidance, assistance to activities for IYAFA 2002 that will conclude with a closure event in February 2023. And it aims to mobilize political and financial support. Of course, is searching for support regional committees as appropriate, that we will talk about in 1 minute about the importance of regional committees. And Peru is chairing the committee, and the vice chairs come from the organizations, fishers organizations, and civil society. We have as a president, the IPC Working Group on Fisheries and World Aquaculture Society. And that they have a very active support to Peru. Then we have the FAO IYAFA Secretariat that coordinates the development and implementation of IYAFA 2002 activities and prepare regular reports, documents to inform UN bodies, stakeholders, and general public. How is composed the IYAFA International Steering Committee? We have state representatives. In first place, we have the members, titular members, and then we have alternate and observer states. The representatives come from the 7 regions that conform FAO. So you can see they come from all the regions in the world. We have alternate and even observer states. In the case of Latin America, we have Argentina and Chile as an observer. Also, we have non-state actors that their voices they are so much important for the IYAFAs, and they are participating as Global Seafood Alliance, the Slow Food, World Aquaculture Society, Too Big to Ignore, InFish, World Fish, yeah, and the international organization that is IFAT. Well, we are promoting the establishment of regional committees. These regional committees aim to have different voices, to know the different challenges of the regions, with the common aim to celebrate IYAFA and reach the objectives proposed by the IYAFAs. All the regional committees at the moment are being conformed by, in Latin America, that we have the Western Central Atlantic Fishery Commission, and then we have the Mesoamerican Committee for the celebration of the IYAFA, and the Committee for South America for the celebration of IYAFA. As chair of the IYAFAs, we are calling and inviting all the regions to the establishment of the new regional committees. So we are invited to consider this opportunity, and especially that the participation of regional organizations are very important to this objective. IYAFA, what is the Global Action Plan? The Global Action Plan, it's a tool for everyone, and it's been elaborated based in the challenges that pressure all parts of the world and all the opportunities that present the small-scale fisheries and aquaculture in the context of the sustainable development. What is the purpose of this Global Action Plan? First, high-level and inspirational document for all the stakeholders. Then, support the implementation of existing normative instruments such as the small-scale fisheries guidelines of the FAO. Of course, in support of the Sustainable Development Goals and the ongoing UN decades. Okay. Where? We have here the pillars of the IYAFA Global Action. What are those pillars? Those 7 pillars are based in sustainable development, and they aim for the following objectives. First, environmental sustainability, the use of biodiversity sustainable. Then we have economic sustainability, support inclusive value chains, social sustainability, secure social inclusion and well-being. Till that moment, we have the 3 dimensions of sustainable development, and we add the governance to ensure effective participation in building and strengthening enabling policy environments. Of course, we have gender equality, acknowledge the women and men are equals, and the importance in participation in the areas of small-scale fisheries and aquaculture. Food security and nutrition, promote the contribution to healthy diet and sustainable food systems. Finally, resilience, because we can't forget the climate change impact. Increase the preparedness and adaptive capacity to environmental degradation shocks, disasters, and climate change. Why it's important, the global action plan? Because we are looking forward ensuring to effective operationalization through the UN decades that we are going to mention: the UN Decade for Family Farming, the United Nations Decade of Action on Nutrition, the Decade for Ocean Science for Sustainable Development, and the Decade of Ecosystem Restoration that just began the last year. Of course, we have international instruments. Many of them work and prepare with the FAO and the state members. First, or mainly, we would like to recognize between these international instruments the voluntary guidelines for small-scale fisheries. And then we have key political processes related to this area. We have the Committee on World Food Security, who the next session is in October of this year. We have the World Trade Organization, the upcoming meeting of ministers. We hope that it will take place soon. And then we have the FAO, of course, and the Committee of Fisheries that is celebrating its next session in September of the year. The IYAFA Global Action Plan is accessible to everyone, and we invite you to visit the webpage dedicated for the IYAFAs. We offer you here the links, and it's available in the 6 languages of the FAOs. I would like to present an overview of some figures that we are consider important for the IYAFAs. Half of the total catch comes from artisanal fisheries, and between 90 and 90% of that catch is destined for human consumption. However, artisanal fishing communities are among the poorest and most marginalized, and at least 6 million fishermen earn less than $1 a day. We would like to offer some figures also for Latin America. Fisheries and aquaculture in Latin America and the Caribbean generate more than 2.8 million direct jobs and 3 times that number of indirect jobs, of which almost 90% are linked to artisanal fishing. And at least 16% of the jobs associated with extractive fishing are held by women. Especially in our country, it's about 40% of women or workforce in the aquaculture sector. Artisanal fishing provides up to 85% of the fish consumed in some countries in the region, and is also the basis of food security for hundreds of communities, many of them indigenous, living along the coast and watershed. Getting involved. What can you do to get involved? This is an invitation for everyone: governments, international organizations, civil society, and fishermen associations. To visit the IYAFA webpage to learn more about it. Use IYAFA communication materials, reach out to international steering committee members, become a IYAFA supporter by organizing a IYAFA activity, and see IYAFA 2000 events for information and inspiration. Of course, you are welcome to submit any information to the Secretary of FAO and or any of the members of the International Steering Committee. And actually, I'm delighted to announce that the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia has become a new IYAFA supported. We are delighted for this decision. We would like to congratulate and thanks for the support, especially to the Ministry of Environment, Water and Agriculture and the National Fisheries Program. Well, if there is any time, if there is time, we have an official video promoting the IYAFA. Is it? Okay. Okay, if it's not is played at this moment, we will play it in the following days, just to know better what is doing this International Steering Committee with support of FAO along the way. Thank you very much for this opportunity to present to you the IYAFA, and you are invited to join us in more activities and to promote the year until the closure event in 2023. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you indeed, Carolina.